Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. So today is day 41 out of devotionals, out of this devotional book right here. Let's get started. For the Lord gives wisdom, from his mouth comes knowledge and understanding. Proverbs 2:6. Some of God's traits have no direct connection to our human experience. Omnipresence, for example, being all places at all times, is just a tad outside anything we can relate to. But wisdom is one characteristic of God that is people can reflect. In fact, he wants us to be wise. The book of Proverbs speaks a lot about wisdom and folly, which we might think has to do with brain smarts. But in this context, wisdom and foolishness aren't as much connected to knowledge as they are moral character. The fool of Proverbs is someone whose moral character is lacking. The wise person is one who understands and appreciates the words of God and therefore reaps moral benefits. Just like he did to King Solomon, he wrote many of the Proverbs. Wisdom is given by God to those who ask for it. God never wants us to stop seeking his good gifts in our lives. These virtues bring us closer to him and help us better share his light with the world. Wow. It's very powerful. And yes, we need, it's like we need God's wisdom every day to know what the right choices are and what the wrong choices are, the right and wrong choices are to make, whether it's right or wrong. You want to know what the choice you want to make is right or wrong, whether you should make it or not. And it just, it's hard to know without God's wisdom or without going to God about like what decision is right or wrong, like if you get what I'm saying. But we should not want to be foolish and making wrong choices. Like I know it is so easy to make wrong choices and you think you can't get away with it. You think you can get away with it and you think that God won't see and you think that your parents don't see. Well, God knows. God sees, God hears, God knows everything. And no matter what you do, no, like all your decisions, everything you do on a daily basis, God knows. Whatever decision you make, God's going to know what you do. And you can't try to hide it from God. You can't keep a secret from God. Well, like, because even if you try to keep a secret from God, God's going to see and God's going to know. And he's going to know if you're keeping something from him or not. He's going to know what you're doing and what you shouldn't be doing. And he's going to tell you, no, you shouldn't be doing that. You should be listening to you you should be listening to to God and not listening to um you should be listening to God and not what the world says, because the world is gonna say things that you may not want to like hear. Well, not necessarily, but the world's gonna say things that you shouldn't hear, and the world's gonna say things that are not true. Especially the devil. The devil's gonna tell you lies. Devil's gonna tell you things that aren't true about yourself. But in the Bible, God states who we really are, and that's the truth. That we are chosen. That we are a child of God. That we are called. We are we are loved. We are healed. There are so many things in the Bible that God says of us that are actually true. And the things that the devil tells us are not true. Don't believe them. Don't believe God's lies. No, I mean, I'm sorry. My bad. I meant by don't believe the devil's lies. Believe God. Don't believe the devil's lies. believe God. God tells the truth. The devil does not tell the truth. It it's so easy to get tempted by the devil, and it's so easy just to believe things that you want to hear at the moment. But it's so hard to just give them to God. And it's so hard to run to God and to give him full control of your life. Hard for you to it's so hard for you to just um not want to hear the truth when the truth is real, and it may not be things you want to hear either way. But what if it impacts you in a positive way? What if yeah. Um what I'm just saying what I'm saying is that you believe what you want to hear, but God knows what's best for you. God is going to be honest with you, even if you don't want to hear it. If you don't want to hear it, that's on you. But God is trying to look out for you and trying to protect you, and He loves you so much. He'd do anything for you. He died on the cross for us, and He rose again the third day. He died on the cross, was buried, rose again, on the third day, which we call now Easter, and that's why we celebrate Easter. But we shouldn't be asking we shouldn't be asking the world for wisdom, because they're going to give us the wrong wisdom, and then we're going to be seeking the wrong things. We're going to be seeking what the world is doing now these days, which is stuff we don't need to do and don't is wrong. And we shouldn't want to try to fit in with people to try to impress people if they're going to want us to make bad choices for ourselves. And that's not good for us. And I know you want to fit in so hard, and I know I did too for past several years. But that's not good for you, and that's not what you should be doing. I wish I would have been told this a long time ago. I wish I would have been told this when I was in 8th grade, when I went to public school. I wish I would have been told this. But I'm going to tell you this now, so hopefully you can start making better choices for yourself. 1, you need to surround yourself with people who are going to encourage you, who are going to be a positive impact in your life, who are going to be there for you, who are going to actually care about you, who are going to lead you to make good choices. Hopefully your friends are people who have a strong relationship with God, but God doesn't also say that you can't be friends with people who aren't Christians. But if you are friends with that people aren't Christians, make sure you're not getting led. Make sh- make sure you're not getting led far away from God by being by having non-Christian friends in your life, because it's so easy to be influenced by them, and it's so easy to just want to fit in and give up who you truly are to them, because you want them to like you for who you are. But don't never forget who you truly are, and don't give up on God just because you have non-Christian friends in your life, just because life is hard. I'm going to tell you this straight up now. Life is never going to be easy. You may have thought before that life is going to be all rainbows and butterflies and sunshine, but that's not always like that. You're going to go through some hard times. I'm going to tell you now. You're going to go through that, but you're going to come out of it strong. And guess what? And why? You're going to ask? Because God is on your side. God is fighting your battles. And God wins every battle for you. Because you prayed to God, because you seeked God in that moment, and you didn't try to do things on your own. So how can you ask God for wisdom if you're trying to do things on your own without God's help, um without God by your side? Like, even though God will still be on your side, but how can you expect to receive God's wisdom if you're trying to do things on your own, if you're trying to go through the situation on your own, if you are trying to make decisions on your own? How can you expect to receive God's wisdom then if you're just trying to do things on your own anyways, and you're just gonna do things on your own and you think you expect to get God's wisdom even though you're gonna do things on your own? But I just want you to get something out of this today. And I know, but God never wants us to stop seeking his good gifts in our lives. He never wants us to stop. And wisdom is given by God to those who ask for it. You can't expect to receive wisdom if you don't ask for it. If you don't ask for it, you're never going to receive it. And then the Bible says, ask and it shall be given to you. So this refers to wisdom too. Ask for wisdom and God will give it to you. And if you don't ask for wisdom, then how do you expect to receive it? But God's good gifts are virtues that bring us closer to Him, to God, and help us better share His light with the world. Helps us be able to do that and to spread the gospel and to live for God. And perhaps have a stronger relationship with God and a stronger faith in God. So, I believe that's all I have today, but I hope you enjoyed this devotional. God spoke to you. Stay tuned for next devotional. If you haven't already, please like, subscribe, turn on the notifications so you can tune for all my videos. I hope you guys have a great day, and I'll see you guys later. Bye.